Hey, all you zealots and zerglings, it's time for another 2 versus 2. This is actually a rematch of my last cast because, well, they wanted a rematch. The only difference time is it's all random races, but the players are all the same. We have Contrarian as the green Zerg, he who crushed it last time with his Blink Stalker Harass into a massive carrier Mama ship force. His ally, once again, is Dunamai, the purple Zerg, who came in with the Corruptors that managed to thin out those Void Ray ranks that could have given him quite a bit of trouble. And their opponents, we have Spartan as the pink Protoss, who suffered extremely to Blink Stalker Harass constantly, just could not keep his economy up, and in the end, just couldn't put together an army as a result. And finally, we have Bocephus as the yellow Terran, who went major sky toss because he realized that his keyboard has a V key. If you're unaware of where it's at, it's right between the C and the B. Unless, of course, you have a non-standard keyboard, in which case, I don't know where it is. You can send me your keyboard and I'll let you know. I'll put a little sticky note right where the V key is, and we'll send it back, you know. Yeah, so that'll be a thing. But we have a different race mix-up this time. We got the Zerg versus a Protoss and a Terran. So I guess we could just say this is Zeratul and Jim Raynor versus Kerrigan and the Unending Broods. And we have an early drone scout here for Dunamai. Or maybe he's going to do a macro hatch, or he's going to do a proxy hatch. I think he's going to try proxy hatch. No? You don't think he's going to try proxy hatch? Nope, just going to be scouting around. Actually, do we want all these unit bars? I realized I had the unit bars on last game. You know what? Yeah, let's take them off. Okay, I always have to switch these back and forth. I need like a casting mode where all these settings will stay in place when I'm casting a game, because it's kind of annoying to switch back and forth all the time. And Spartan's got a probe here. Oh, Spartan, what are you up to? What are you up to? Doesn't have a forge yet. He doesn't even have a cybernetics core yet, so I'm not really sure if what this probe is up to, unless he's just biding his time. He sits there malevolently in a corner, drumming his fingers together and twirling his handlebar mustache. I don't know where a probe keeps a handlebar mustache, but you know, he's Protossing, probably warp one in or something. I don't know. And it looks like Contrarian's going to be expanding. Send his drones there a little bit early, but he's going to quickly take care of that and say, guys, get over here. There we go. So he's going to be mining on his expansion. Dunamai needs to get some workers at his expansion as well. So going for a bit of a macro game here, which is not unusual. Got an overlord here, kind of spouting any traffic along this path. Very, very wise. This one's kind of in a safer position. You won't see quite as early. I would also at least advance him over here. You can see both sides of the grass. So you can spot for any units might have here, but he's pretty safe up here because, I mean, who's going to bust off these rocks just to take out an Overlord? No one, right? And we have Zergling speed on the way from Dunamai. Contrarian going a bit more defensive, going to get a couple of spines up. Looks like one at either base. They know what their opponents are. Are they worried about... Yeah, they do know what their opponents are. Are they worried about early DTs? Or perhaps Reaper play? Could play a role, although there is no tech lab, just getting a reactor out. Is he going to be getting a little more aggressive? He does some Marines out here. This Overlord in a dangerous position. As if he were right here, he could see the Marines gathering, and he might be able to prepare for it. Right now, he's just in economy mode. He's going to get a Roach Warrant out. Will he have time to get some Roaches out? They will hold off the Marines quite well, unless the numbers get too scary. And just, wow, going for mass Marines. I sense some aggression coming here right now. He is on 5 racks. He is getting reactors on at least 3 of them. More maybe to come. But, oh, he looks like he's not really going to wait for it. I don't know why he's getting the reactors right now. If he's just going to push in with these first Marines. Maybe just kind of poking to see what's got going on here. The spine will help a little bit, but I don't think he's going to have the Roaches out in time. And it looks like he's going to focus on the Queen, because the Queen gets an inject off. The Queen needs to get an inject off before she dies. That's not going to happen. Oh, the Marine kind of gets separated, which means he's going to get poked to death here. He's going to park behind the mineral line, but lost quite a few Marines. The drones are going to try to pull off there, change their mind, and just kind of stall for some Roaches. We've got 22 Lings on the way, though, for Dunamai, but I think the Roaches will be enough. The drones can get back to work now. And oh, there's the pylon for Spartan. Warp gate technology is almost complete. And he does have some zealot harass going on, which could explain why he was making so many lings. I didn't even see this counterattack going. But with the roaches and the lings together, they should be able to clean this up. But it looks like hyper aggression is on the menu for this game, as trying to go a little more macro oriented last time, I think they felt did not pay for them. This pylon here, what are we going to see? Has he got anything other tech? Well, the warp gate research is almost done. He's only on 3 gates, though. He's going to add a 4th one on there. Hopefully you get a good, solid warp in. Plenty of pylons. Oh, he's even going to throw on a 5th gate. But, oh, the lings, did they spot that? Did they spot that? Oh, the pylon has been spotted. Did he notice that? Did he notice the pylon? He's got to go take out that pylon immediately. Warp gate technology is just finished. No, go for the pylon. He's going to have time to warp in here. There, now he finally sees it. And, oh, can he get him warped in time? He's going to... Oh, they're not focusing on the pylon. They might have been able to take that down before the Stalkers warped in. But if they quickly get that down, they can deal with the Stalkers. The Stalkers are not going to be able to get away. Meanwhile, we've got some more aggression here. Some more Marines for Bocephus. We do have a couple of Roaches. He's going to need more than that, I think, to defend this. But the Marines are not going to push in. The Roaches over here, that should be enough. And, oh, that aggression has been stopped. There's still a lot of Marines coming, however. But with Roaches over here, I think they'll be able to hold off the Marines. But still, a large stream of Marines are coming. And they're going to have to deal with that. Oh, but am I going to get a little aggressive in the counterattack right now? Some Zealots here will give him a little bit of problems, but there's a lot of warp gates up and running now. He can get a lot of Zealots out. I'm going to check for expansions. No expansions out except for this one, which only went down not too long ago, and now looks like it's going to have to get canceled. And there's the cancel, and they are in big trouble right now. Their aggressive play didn't seem to work, and they didn't do enough damage. They seriously just did not do enough damage. And Spartan's on the run. He's trying to use his Zealots to defend. They're pretty good at cleaning out Zerglings, but there's still a lot of Zerglings. They're going to try to get an extra warp gate. Will be able to get out of there. It looks like, oh, he's not even going to try to defend it right now. He's going to let that warp gate go down. And the Stalkers are going to warp in and make the Zerglings think a little bit about it. Oh, 3 Stalkers is not enough to run away the Lings. Yeah, he's got to bring those Zealots forward. And so they better pull back and try to come up with a plan B, because this plan A did not work very well. Combat shields on the way could have been useful in some of that aggression. I'm not sure if those Marines did anything else before they pulled back, because I was too busy watching to see what damage went there. And they've got to be feeling it right now. Hell, I mean, they went pretty hard in aggression. I mean, Spartan was almost all in with that attack. I mean, 5 gates trying to go for a proxy warp in. That was pretty severe. Oh, and he's got to be careful. If he gets his units separated, they can be picked off pretty easily by those Roaches. But he's got a large force here. This could do considerable damage if he's not ready for it. And he's got some Roaches here. The Marauders, though, are going to help kind of clean that out, especially since they're in the back, not taking any damage. And yeah, he's going to be able to thin these out. Whoa, where are the Roaches going? It looked like they were trying to retreat. Got a little bit confused there. And oh, those 2 Roaches, oh man, destroyed. And they're going to need something here right now. We got a Spire on the way for a Dunamai, but that's not going to do any good right now. But they retreated. They could have done so much damage there. Why did they retreat? I mean, he saw the Roaches were running. He maybe had a little time to at least poke up in there. Roaches are not going to be able to run that army down. I mean, let me double check on that. They got movement speed of 3 versus... Well, 2. Okay, they can technically run it down, but yeah, and he doesn't have stim yet, but still. That's a large fort. Oh, oh, looks like the Zergling counterattack came back. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, his first attempt just he was pretty all in, and it didn't work out. The pylon got spotted, which is always a risk for as long as he kept that pylon there. And it looks like it's just going to be up to Bocephus to take everything, go on, and see what kind of damage he can do. But he really needed to make his move the last time he was up here. They've had time to rebuild now. Still not a lot of Roaches. The Stalkers that Spartan has abandoned now are going to be pulling back. It looks like Contrarian's going to get a better concave, but still there's a lot of units here. He's going to try to pull back. He's going to try to get an extra spine up there, but I don't think that's really going to slow him down. He's got to push in. He can't wait. He's got to go for the jugular. That's the only way this is going to have any chance of working. There can be no hesitation. Every second he hesitates is going to get the time to get units up, to deal with this, and Roaches in enough numbers, Roachling in enough numbers will be able to deal with this. And they're going to try to choke up that ramp. Is this going to be enough? He's going to try, but he's going to have to do a ton of damage. He's going to try to go for the spawning pool, but the roach warner is really what he's going to have to concern himself with, because it's going to be all roaches all the time. And, oh, his army's not attacking. He needs to get his army attacking. No, his army's focusing on the spine. They're not focusing on the roaches, and he's getting his army carved up now. Oh, he needed everybody attacking those roaches. And there's still units that are not helping out in this engagement. Oh, he might have been able to do a ton of damage, but he just... Oh, he had his units out of position and not at a good angle to engage those roaches. Oh, I thought he had a chance to do massive damage. The Lings are doing a pretty good job of cleaning up, though. And, oh, that's some Ulysses out there. And the Marines, if they had been left, would have been able to handle that. But there's not enough left now. That's going to be... Oh, even taking out one of their own roaches. They figured that was not good. And, yep, he's being revealed. And there's the GG. So I hope you enjoyed this game. It was kind of a quick one. And have a day.